This is a video about how to fight and how to win in a fight. And if you know me at all, it's really weird that I'm the one talking about this because I am not a fighter. I am many things, but I am not a fighter. And that's the reason that I'm doing this video. And there's 3 things that I think you're going to find really useful. There's how to win in a fight. There is how to approach a fight. And then there is when you're upsetting the other person, what the benefit and value is in that. And this isn't talking about how to win in that kind of fight, although we talk about that at the digital dojo as well with Dana's black belt line stuff. And we talk about that in the dojo about how to win in an actual physical fight. And it kind of aligns. It kind of means the same thing, because Dana and I were getting ready to go into a meeting the other day, and it was a meeting where it was relatively clear, or at least I was worried that it was relatively clear, that what we wanted and what the people we were meeting with wanted were vastly different things. And in the past, these people had seemed quite argumentative, so I was worried about walking into a fight. And Dana said to me, well, why are you worried? We're going to do what we always do, and we're going to make sure that we win. And I said, yeah, I know that. And he said, no, we're going to do what we always do, which is we're going to win in an interdependent kind of way, which means that we are going to do everything we can to do what feels right. And number 1, do what feels right and best and truest, not what you want. I don't even care most days what I want, because what I want will come and go. But what feels right and true and just and fair and reasonable, that's a much more consistent thing to track. So he said, we want to do what is right for everybody involved. We want to win. And this is the rest of point 1. And we want them to win as well, because I feel so good. First of all, it undercuts the whole we're in a fight dynamic, because once it becomes clear to the other person that you're trying to get them to win too, it's really easy to be on the same side, and then you can actually work it out together rather than fighting about it. So that was a lovely reminder. Thing number 2 was that I said, okay, but I think that they want this. And he said, well, that isn't reasonable, and that isn't useful, and that isn't fair, and that isn't just. And I said, right, but what if they still want it? And he said, that's not them, then that's their egos. And that is a lovely reminder for me, because when we are doing what's best for ourselves and another person, if we are making their egos happy, that's nice, but it's not actually helping them be more who they are. If you are doing what is and feels, and you talk to 50 different people that you randomly pull off the street and they all say, yeah, that seems just and fair and good, then whatever their ego wants is a little irrelevant, and you're not helping them. And this is what he reminded me of, which I'm so grateful for. You're not helping them by feeding their ego. In fact, if they're doing that to you in a discussion with you, they're doing that everywhere else in their life as well. And that is hurting their relationship with their family. That is hurting their relationship with their friends. That is hurting their relationship at work. That is hurting their relationship with complete and utter strangers. That's hurting their relationship with themselves. And it's a lot easier to go in and not think, oh, I'm upset at you. You're upset at me. You're trying to get something that I don't want, and etc. It's a lot easier to go, oh, that's your ego. That's little kid you that got scared or hurt and decided you want something. And now you're kind of having a temper tantrum to get it. And that I'm not helping you if I support that. I can do that really lovingly. And point 3 is how to approach this, because we got to the meeting and my brain is going, because as we have established, I am not a fighter. Even knowing this, which honestly, like when we're talking about anxiety in some of these videos, like that calmed the anxiety way down, because I'm not going in to fight. I didn't know if they knew that yet, but I was not going in to fight. And Dana did this remarkably clever and complicated thing to make sure that we were all on the same page starting out about this win-win scenario, which is, you might want to write this down, folks. He said, hey, how can we sort this out? I really want to make sure that we both win here. And he reiterated that in different ways throughout the conversation, because repeating the same thing the same way annoys people. But he kept saying, look, you're good people. We want you to win. We want to make sure that you come out of this feeling really good. And we want the same thing for us, of course, but you've been great to us. How can we help you win here? And it was a remarkably smooth meeting, and it was a remarkably easy fight, and it felt really good. So because Dana helped me out to remember these things that we teach, but sometimes in these moments, it is, it's Dana stuff. That stuff is Dana stuff. Sometimes in these moments, it's easy to forget them. I wanted to have it here for me for another time in case I need to see it, but I also wanted it here for you. So the next time you feel like you're heading into a fight, you have some really easy tactics to get yourself through, to do the right thing, to feel good and do what is right and just and fair. Hope this helps.